welcome to Turning Up the Heat with our guest today, Mr.
Oh, am I saying that?
Yes.
Sorry. Brayden. That's my name, yeah.
We have Brayden Benvenuti in the booth today. While we got a small little crowd here, we're about to be eating some very hot wings, ranging from some lower heat to some that will probably put some hair on your chest finally, Brayden. So today I'm pretty excited to ask you a couple questions. This is kind of how it's going to go, Brayden. For everybody that's tuning in online, I'm going to ask him some questions, and they're going to be questions ranging from lower heat to hotter heat, and questions just as we're going higher heat on these wings. So everybody at home, hopefully you are getting excited about this. I'm not getting excited because these are really hot. Like this one, very scary looking.
Radioactive.
Radioactive, yep.
I don't like that.
All right. So, Brayden, would you like to elect to have some milk or water before we begin?
No, I'd like to save it until...
He's going to save it.
I'm on fire.
All right. Well, before we get into the first question, let's get to the first wing, shall we? This guy right here. Thank you, Chick-fil-A, for these nuggets.
No ranch or anything. Oh, we're going... Okay.
Very familiar. Yep. Brayden, you like hot stuff?
Not at all. No.
This is going to be a long day for Brayden.
It is. Like, this right here, this is the most mild. I wouldn't pay for this. At a
Frank's
restaurant.
Buffalo, it's a staple. Do you like it?
No.
Is that one hot?
It makes me a little, like, uncomfortable, but I'm okay.
Makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Well, since he's already uncomfortable with that heat, let's go ahead and jump into the very first question. Everybody that's tuning in, JHM, you know that one of the things we love to do is play some games. And so this is the first question I have for you. It's going to be a mild one, but it's still kind of hot. One game has to go in the JHM Commons room. You know what we got? We got foosball. We got carpet ball. We got PlayStation games. One's got to go. Which one is it and why?
So out of those three?
Out of those three.
Those are, the only ones. I'm going to have to go with PlayStation, Ty. I'm not a huge video gamer, but I am a huge, like, person-to-person gamer. Carpet ball, great game. I love
Fire.
it.
Yeah.
Foosball, not as good at it, but I enjoy playing.
Pretty fire. Yeah. I think the kids at home would be very disappointed in that answer.
Probably
and
so.
if you were making the decisions, one had to go, and that was the one that got the guillotine, it's not looking good for all the kids and the attendance at JHM. So, yeah, if I had one to go, man, they're all so good.
They are.
I would just opt for a bigger room. That way I don't have to get rid of any
There
of
we
them.
go.
So that's, I'm meeting somewhere in the middle for compromise. All right.
Solution. I think I'm going to have to take just a little
bit of water? I'll get a little bit of water as well.
Wow.
All right.
That water's refreshing.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, next wing. Here we go. Going down the line here. Next one, we got the garlic sauce.
Beef O'Brady's.
Beef O'Brady. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Give it a little whiff before.
That's not. It seems kind of similar to that one.
Okay,
I'm hoping it's not
let's
as
go
bad.
in. Yep. It's almost sour.
Yeah, I'm not down for the garlic.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more heat though. I can kind of get it on that back end a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Garlic is doing a little something.
Okay, so we got to get into a little bit of content here, talking to these JHM students. One of the things I love most about JHM is that they have their own sermon series.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's what makes JHM pretty special on Sunday mornings. They get specific series specifically for them. Brayden, what is your... oh, man, it's got a little... Anyway,
We're turning up the heat,
Yeah,
folks.
we're turning up the heat just a little bit. It just kind of backfired on me a little bit. What is your most memorable JHM series ever? I know you've been a part of a couple. So.
A couple, yeah. There's been a lot, and my man Ty here knows how to title some sermons. But I'm going to have to go with the No Bummer Summer.
Oh, throwing it back. Okay.
Personally, just because I spoke at one of those weeks, so that's one that really kind of stuck with me, obviously, because I prepared to talk there.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good sermon series, No Bummer Summer. Learn how to have the best time during the summertime.
Absolutely.
So, Great sermon series.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great wing.
Yeah,
Now,
it wasn't bad.
you ready to turn up the heat a little bit?
Maybe.
We're going with the mango habanero next.
Mm-hmm.
You need water?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of water.
Water.
Clean that palate off a little bit. Everybody at home, these sauces are at Publix. Publix doesn't sponsor our videos, but you might want to check out some Publix. All right.
That
Here we
cools it
go.
down. All right.
Mango habanero. You know
Let's
anything
do it.
about mango or habanero?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Here
I'm
we go.
hoping for some sweet.
You didn't go for the smell?
Mm-mm.
All right, here we go.
That's not gonna help me.
Mm.
First
Very
taste,
sweet.
very sweet. We're getting really hot right now.
All right. My forehead's sweating.
My whole body's sweating.
Okay.
Holy cow.
We are definitely stepping up the heat a little bit here. And since I was just talking about sermon series, we're actually in a series right now
Yeah.
called Overdue Updates. So if everybody's been tuned in online,
This
Ma,
is hot.
it's hot, you're crying.
My
but
tongue is on fire.
What about your ears? Are they working?
They're a little warm.
Ears are warm, but they are working. So, Overdue Update, I got a question right here. What is the last update that you received in your life, something that God was wanting you to download into your life? Like, what is, where does that meet you at?
Question definitely matches the sauce.
Yep.
That's for sure.
It's a hot one.
I'm going to have to go with probably about a year ago from this time. I feel like God was calling me into ministry, eventually full time, and so I made the switch from going to UNA to the ministry school here at Faith Church. And that was a pretty big update, I feel like, in my life that I made the decision after a lot of thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's been good so far, but that was definitely one of the biggest updates in the recent past.
Yeah, I think whenever we get a download or we get an update that God's trying to download into our life, man, the benefits always outweigh the requirements of it. And I know you've had to wrestle with requirements. Ministry school, there's requirements there. Quitting some of the things you're familiar with, there's some requirements there. But man, you got it figured out. And for everybody at home, I want you to know that, man, the benefits, they'll always outweigh the requirements whenever it comes to the updates that the Lord's trying to give to us in our life. That's so good, bro.
Yeah.
And those wings, they are hot.
It's hot.
We're continually going to go up in some heat.
I don't know
We're
how we
turning
can go
up.
hotter.
We're turning up the peat. The peat. See, I'm. This right here is pain is good. Turning up the peat. The pain and the heat, they go together. You ready?
No.
Going for the next one. Pain is good is what this is saying. Habanero. You ready? Oh my.
I don't like that. I don't know if my eyes can water anymore. But
Here
they're
we
going
go.
to.
Yep. Yep.
Oh boy. That's initial hot.
Good flavor though.
Not a chance. All I taste is the sun.
Oh, yep. There comes the heat. Oh.
Holy cow.
All right. Well, so we were just talking about requirements a little bit. Benefits and requirements, weighing those out.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest struggle, you think, in your life with meeting the requirements that updates have, you know, that the Lord has for us? I mean, we talked about some the past couple weeks. Yeah. So we talked about some of those requirements, right?
Yeah.
We talked about some of the benefits, but we also talked about some of the things that the Lord's saying, hey, meet this for the update. That's some of the things. So what do you think for your life? What does that look like?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can barely talk. This is very hot.
The milk really does something. No, it don't. It burns.
Yeah, so it was a pretty tough decision to pursue that update. And the whole beginning, I think, of the transition,
Yeah.
just going through things that I hadn't before and really feeling like a lot of times, did I make the right decision to pursue this update or was
Yes.
it the wrong decision? So a lot of doubt would come into play.
That's good. I
Which
like
was a pretty big thing, and a lot of just challenges of the things to do in ministry school, and just kind of like having to start somewhere that I didn't want to be at. Like I want to just shoot up and not have to be there. But overall, I think that it's, like you said, the benefits do outweigh
that's right.
what you have to go through, and I think it makes it better on the back end after going through some things in the front end. But just like any update, it takes time.
Come on, that's so good, man.
Time was also like a thing too of just having to be patient, have to wait for my time to come.
So good.
So that'd probably be a couple of the biggest things that were.
So you mentioned a couple things. One that I wanted to say right on the front end. He said there was doubts, and in every part of our life, there's going to be doubts.
Absolutely.
You know, with whatever season comes into play. Doubts are going to be there, and through the waiting periods, that's whenever your endurance is going to be tested, where your patience is going to be tested. These are all fruits of the Spirit that we are supposed to exemplify in our life. And so, for everybody at home, whenever you have been given an update by God, like you should go through with that thing, and you should do your very best to endure the process, because what's waiting on the other side will always outweigh it. So, so good. That's a great word, bro. All right, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
We're turning up the heat, and I don't know how it's going to get hotter, but for some reason it says it can. Brayden, how you feeling?
Not good.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good either. I wish that milk was colder.
Yeah, it's been sitting out for a few minutes.
It's been sitting out. So, you want to go for one more dab of this? You don't opt in or out?
Yeah, I don't back down from challenge. So
we're going to turn up the heat one last time. We're going to turn up the heat one last time. It's not good. All right, I'll dab you.
Holy.
All right,
guacamole.
And I'll let you dab me up. Me up. That way it's fair. Be gentle. Oh my. Okay, I'm in a pool over here. All right.
It was my left hand, so I had a little less control.
Okay, well, we have one more question, but before we can get to the one last question, we've got one more wing. You ready?
Not at all.
Well, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Not that bad. All right, so, not bad. It didn't overtake me like I thought it was going to. Still hot. Still hot.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Last question. Here we go. Still talking about this idea of an overdue update. I think for everybody at home, what they need to hear is that there is an overdue update. There's always updates, but for some people at home, they need to know this, that God has been calling their name. He's been... he's been singing praises over them. He's been trying to deliver a new word, a fresh revelation about who he is, and really what their life could look like if they adhered to really what God was calling them to. So right here, I just wanted this to get really personal for you in your life. What are some benefits that you think you might have missed on whenever you've ignored some of the notifications for an update by God?
Yeah.
So you know whenever it pops up, how many times do we always hit ignore on our phone? Yeah. I mean, you're rocking the iOS 6.
It's for real.
So we do that from time to time on our phones, but how many times do we do that in our life? I would say even more somehow. And maybe you can just speak to some of the benefits you think you may have missed out on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So really, I hadn't felt a call to ministry like super strong, but it was always something that I had thought about, like as a teenager in high school, just a passing thought, never really gave much thought to it, but it's been there before. And so really I probably missed out on a lot that I could have been doing as a high schooler, learning in that time.
That's really good.
Even in middle school as well. But I think going into college, I didn't know what I was going to do in college, didn't know what I was going to major in, and all that. And so I wouldn't say it was a wasted time, because I don't believe in wasted time.
Yeah.
You can always learn, but
come on, that's good.
I missed out on maybe getting involved into a church right away at a significant level, I think, like more than I was throughout high school and college years. and definitely missed out on maybe some mentoring opportunities from people in my life that were older.
Yeah, that's so good.
And really just, I think, a lot of learning opportunities because I wasn't all in, I think, as I am now when I was younger. And so, I mean, I spent 3 years at UNA pursuing a degree that I ultimately didn't finish and transitioned over. And so really time is something that I lost with maybe going into ministry sooner than what it was. And I don't know if that maybe missed out on people that I could have affected in life.
That's so good.
In a positive way, or people that could have done something to me that could have changed, helped me change.
Yeah.
And so that's what comes to mind, really.
Yeah,
from missing out.
I think that's really good. People, people that you can impact.
Yeah.
Just knowledge that you may have. I mean, things that the Lord may be convicting you of that you could start, steering your community and the people that you have influence on, the people in your life. And I think, for me personally, if I was going to answer one of these questions, I think some of the things that I missed out on whenever I didn't adhere to what God was calling me to do, and whenever I was just hitting the ignore button all the time, man, I missed out on peace.
Yeah.
People and peace. I think there was sleepless nights that I missed. I think there was moments whenever my life was filled with worry and anxiety and depression about things to come because, man, I had no peace going through my life. And the God that we serve, man, He offers peace, man. Jehovah Shalom, that's who we get to worship. So for everybody at home, man, I hope that you can seek a peace that's only found in Jesus. And man, that's what we have. We're turning up the heat in here.
Big time.
I've had a lot of fun doing this. Hopefully you've been encouraged by this conversation we had with Mr. Brayden Benvenuti.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, for real. It's been a good time.
Have you enjoyed your stay on Turning Up the Heat?
It's an interesting word. Great conversation, great time, but man, there is some heat in that sauce, and
there's some heat.
My tongue doesn't like it.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us, man. We're going to do this again, maybe sometime soon. So make sure you're always checking in with us, following us, clicking the links on the videos that we're posting, following us on social media, hitting the double tapping, liking it up.
Oh yeah.
Just staying engaged with us. We got a lot of cool things coming up. Make sure you stay engaged, and we'll see you guys in the next one.